Welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is the new rugged launch. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, so for those of you who will watch us exclusively on YouTube, you may think to yourself, where was episode 315? Unfortunately, I forgot to hit record on the camera when I recorded episode 315 on Monday morning, and it was a 54-minute episode. So when I got done with recording it and I looked at the camera and I'm like, oh no, I'm not going back and recording it. So I have included links below in the description to Spotify and to Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, I should say, as well as to the generic Anchor place that you can listen to it. And then it's also available on our website at murdycreative.co/podcast. And all of those places you can go and listen to the full episode. There's a lot in it. I cover all of what happened during Christmas and some of the big challenges and changes that we're making in the upcoming year. But one of the things I mentioned that I'm very excited to launch, and by the time you're listening to this, it should be launched. As I'm recording this, it is not. And so there is a little gap here where I have to get it launched, even if it takes me all night. But we are launching our rugged collection. Now, I'm going to show some photos and videos of what the rugged might look like. It may be hard to tell in the video precisely what qualifies as rugged, but I'm going to do my best here, and I'll describe it to you, because obviously I think that helps a little bit. So whenever we're making things and whenever we're cutting leather, there's always portions of the hide that are, in otherwise normal conditions, pretty good. They have normally very minor scratching, scarring, bug bites, barbed wire, fat wrinkles, just things that are part of life in the hide itself. And the tanning process, by the nature of how the dyeing works, brings those things out to be very visible, like scarring. Now, these things normally don't have very much dimensionality to them. If they do, it's mostly minor. It doesn't really go very deep at all. And normally, they're relatively conveniently kind of in a certain area. So you can kind of, in the moment, we would try to work around them a little bit. But that's not always the case. In a lot of our hides, a huge portion of our hides, actually, the areas of the hide that are otherwise unusable for our current level of our A grade is pretty large. When we got to the end of the year and we were looking at it, it was tens of thousands of dollars of leather that really was pretty good leather and should have been used, but because of our incredibly high standards, was just unusable. So we decided to revisit a little bit of how we do things. And at the same time, it dawned on us that we have to do a price increase. I've mentioned this in the last episode. And we've talked about it for a while now, is we just have to do a price increase because with the costs of our materials, with the costs of our labor, it's just impossible to keep prices where they are and not go out of business. However, a portion of that problem, a portion of the rising cost and the rising pricing for our products is in part due to the nature of how we cut the leather and the fact that there is so much waste. So we are trying something new. And I really think it'll go very well. And I like it. I really do, because it shows a lot of the unique artistic kind of character of leather, which is that we are going to be launching across our entire product line the Rugged Collection. Now, this is not the Imperfect Collection. In fact, the Imperfect Collection, and the way that we think of it, will be completely discontinued. The Imperfect Collection was developed initially because we didn't do cutting in-house. And since we didn't do cutting in-house, and there are parts of the hide that are truly just garbage, the third-party people that we used to cut our leather didn't care. And so they would send us pieces of leather that had really ugly, very bad marks on them that just didn't look very good at all. And so we sold them as imperfects. But now that we're cutting things ourselves, we've been able to shift. And so it's not that the rugged will look bad. It's that the rugged will have the natural beauty of the leather more apparent in it. It will have those natural marks, those scars, those fat wrinkles, those lines. It'll have things like that are more beautiful, but not, that perfect even tone that leather is when it's without those things. In an effort to help maintain our pricing a little bit, what we've decided to do is this. The rugged line will remain at the current prices that we are currently selling our product for. So the rugged line is what our current prices are. We are then having a small upcharge, normally $10 to $15, that will be what we call our premier line. The premier line is going to be the hand-selected pieces of leather. They're going to be specifically cut from the very best part of the hide that is the most even, the fewest marks. I can't promise that the premier line will have no marks because that's just, it's almost virtually impossible with any material that's natural for there to be virtually like no blemishes. But there will be very, 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 very good pieces of leather. So the premier line will have a slight upcharge. That's what we think of right now as our A grade, will be the premier line. Those will be $10 to $15 more, and then the rugged line are what we're currently selling. Now, the goal is, and this is something that could change in the future, but the goal is that because the rugged line will allow us to use more of the hide itself, that it'll actually lower the amount of waste that we're having to throw out, and it will allow us to have better, we'll be able to mathematically show that the cost of our leather across the board is actually low enough to help maintain these lower price points. If that doesn't work, and it's not guaranteed to work, of course, we may have to replay with the pricing in the future at some point, but we're going to let this ride for a little while, at the very least at this current target, and we'll hopefully see that it works. Now, one of the aspects of this that I think is going to be a really good thing, and it's funny because we get this request all the time. People want something that is more natural looking. We constantly get people asking for, can I get one with branding marks, or can I get one with scars, or things like that? And the answer now will be yes. It will be on every product page. So if you go to the slim cut refillable leather binder, it'll be, you choose your color, and then you choose whether you want rugged or premier. And then once you're done with rugged or premier, you'll have your insert options, and it'll go on from there, right? So it'll be available at every option, and it'll be the default choice will be the rugged choice, so that people can obviously get a little bit of facilitation on that. On every product page, we will also we'll answer the question, what is rugged versus premier? It'll be in the FAQs. We're hoping to have photos of examples in the product pages themselves. We'll probably put together maybe a gallery or slideshow of a variety of ruggeds. The moral of the story, though, and this is something that you should take away, is that no rugged piece will be identical to another, and it will be very difficult, I think, to be specific in the rugged, I guess I should say. So some of them, it may be fat wrinkles, some of them it may be barbed wire marks, some of them it might be bug bites. Like, there's going to be elements to each rugged piece that make them very unique and very natural looking. Now, that being said, we want to produce a beautiful product. So we will intentionally and specifically, and I've already talked to our cutting team about this and our punching team and all of the people that are in quality control, we don't want an ugly product to go out. So the idea behind the rugged is that it is not a worse quality product. We are going to intentionally look for parts of the hides that are beautiful with marks. So that's the kind of the difference, I guess I should say, between the rugged and the imperfects. The imperfects were just truly imperfections that now we just throw out because they're ugly. The rugged line will be beautiful with its imperfections, and it will be its own unique work of art. I am looking forward to this. I am sure we are going to have challenges. I know for a fact that there will be people who will order a product from us, pick rugged, not know what it means, not know what it is, do no research in the product description to understand it at all. They will receive the product, and they will be unhappy. And we've already got some ideas for how to deal with that, because that's just the nature of the beast. People don't read very well. But the hope is that we can help educate people via our marketing, our emails, our product page descriptions, our frequently asked questions, all of the details that we can to help educate people on the situation and what the rugged really means, and that it is a more beautiful, natural part of the leather hide, but it has its own markings, as it were. And we will still, like I said, we will still offer the Premier line, of course, for those who would like a more perfect version of the hide. And like I said, the Premier line will be the very best of the leather that we can offer. It will be handpicked. Now, we will the current plan, and you can hear the concern in my voice as I say this, but the current plan is to offer personalization on the rugged line as a whole. For those of you who've ordered imperfects from us in the past, we haven't offered really any sort of customization beyond maybe a name on imperfects. Now, a big reason why was because with the Imperfects collection, a lot of times the imperfection itself would prevent us from being able to laser engrave. The laser would destroy the imperfection, but at the same time, it would be an uneven part of leather that would look bad when engraved. The good news is that with our rugged line, because we're not cutting things that are going to have ugly dimensionality or kind of randomness to them necessarily and like really ugly components, we should be able to offer that same customization capability on our rugged line as on our Premier line. When you go currently into the product page and you click Add Customization, if you select Rugged and then you click Add Customization, the pop-up that will show up, the picture that you will be putting your customization on will be of a Premier piece of leather. It will be on the Premier version of that, mostly because we didn't want that someone click Rugged for their personalization. They go on there and there's a specific mark or there's a specific line or whatever, and they move their personalization, their customization to avoid that line. And then when they get it, it's not the same thing because that line was on the mock-up, but that is not representative of the specific one they're going to receive. So in an effort to help make things a little more clear, but I don't know if it'll work because there will always be people who don't necessarily understand or take the time to get it. So I don't think this will perfectly work, but the plan is this. If you select, for example, a slim cut binder, and you select espresso, and you select rugged, and then you add paper, and then you hit add customization, and it opens up the customizer, and then you look at the piece, it will be a perfect piece. You can put your logo wherever you want it, your name on it, whatever you'd like to do there, and then you can add it to the cart and you check out. When you get that piece of leather, when you get that thing, it will have your logo on it, and it will not look perfect. It won't have the perfect leather, the even-toned leather of the pristine. It will be the rugged leather with some sort of, like I said, barbed wire markings, things like this maybe, right? Which is the one I've shown before. And it's this particular piece, for those of you listening, has, this one's actually really beautiful. It has this kind of fat marbling in it, so it's quite gorgeous. So that's just something to note. And I am hopeful that we can do a lot of things with this rugged line that will be good. I'm hoping that by keeping the price the same, we can help be cognizant of our more price-conscious customers. I'm hoping with the rugged line, we are able to increase and improve our cutting efficiencies so that we can help remove some of the waste and keep our costs a little bit more low, which would be good. And I'm really, really hoping that we can help expose people to just some of the really immensely beautiful pieces of leather that up until this point, we've had to look at them and go, that's gorgeous, but we can't sell that because that's not what people are expecting. So I'm very excited about this rugged line launch. We'll have more marketing materials, ideally, coming soon. This launch is happening in a relatively truncated time frame, mostly because of just the nature of the product. And we are hoping to have more and more ever-increasing pictures, descriptions, photos. We'll put more on our Instagram, things like that to help people understand a little bit more about what the rugged line is. So stay tuned for those kinds of things. Maybe I'll do a TikTok about it. We've got our TikTok page. So maybe I'll do a TikTok video where I show a full hide and then show examples of what a rugged versus a pristine or a premier piece of leather would look like. And yes, I just slipped up. For those of you who listened to the last episode, I did refer to it as pristine. We realized that was probably not the right term. We ended up settling on premier. The problem with pristine, in my opinion, is that it denotes perfection. And realistically, it's impossible for us to cut a piece of leather of any size realistically that will 100% have no marks whatsoever. It's way, way, way too hard of a bar to hit. So our premier leather is just the best of the best, but that doesn't mean it won't have anything. So that is the nature of the new launch. We're very excited. By the time you're listening to this, I'm really hoping that it is available and it is out there, and you should be able to go on our website, go to any product page of anything you want, because like I said, rather than it being in its own separate place on the website like the Imperfects were, it'll be built into every product page directly, and it will be the default option. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in Tuesday for our next topic, and don't forget to check that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get notified of the new podcasts right away. We do podcasts Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or anything else we sell, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co, or you can contact us via Instagram and Facebook. The best way to contact us is definitely by email or on the contact form on our website. But we will do our best to get back to you if you reach out to us via social media. It's just not monitored as closely as the other ones. We do appreciate your patience. Obviously, with the backlog from Christmas that we're working through and some of that, there's a lot of questions coming in, but we are working as diligently and as quickly as possible to get those taken care of. If you have a quick question or you want to place an order over the phone, please feel free to call us at 414-434-9001, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. You can also text us through that number as well, 414-434-9001. If you don't get a hold of us during business hours or even after business hours, please feel free to leave us a voicemail. We will listen to that. We do respond to them. If you do leave us a voicemail and it's about a specific order, please include that order number. It does help us kind of triangulate that. We got a voicemail the other day. It was from someone, nicest lady I've ever heard a voicemail from. She goes, "Hello, this is Sue. I just wanted to check in on my order. No rush, everything's fine." And I looked in the orders. We had 4 open orders with someone whose name was Sue. And there was also someone whose middle name was Sue, and it was specifically in their order name. So if that's the case for you, please leave us the order number. It does help us. Otherwise, your full name, anything that can really help identify you. We have a couple of orders that might be the same name. So if you think we deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow a new community. Both a review on the podcast app, whatever you're listening on, and then a review as well on the product. If you've got one of your products and you love it, please go to murdycreative.co/reviews. You can read all of the amazing 5-star reviews we've got there. You can also click a button there that says leave us a good review. That'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. You can click, do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and then you write your review. We love them. We read them. They light up my day. It's actually something we have on our own little internal Discord chat for the company. We have an entire page devoted to nothing but positive reviews, and they are so encouraging. If for whatever reason you leave us a bad review, please get a hold of us and give us an opportunity to make it right. There's another button there that says get directly in hold of us. You click on that button, it'll send an email to us. The emails are, we do read them, we do pay attention to them. It is important to me personally that everyone has a good experience with the company, whether it be, taking care of you by refunding, replacing, returning your product, whatever the case may be. We want to take care of you. Please give us that opportunity before you leave us a bad review. It does mean a lot to me to be able to have such an amazing community and to take care of the people that have supported us. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Always has been, always will be. So please tell your friends and family. We do have a rewards program, so you can get a little something for doing that. If you go to murdycreative.co in the bottom left-hand corner, as long as you're signed into the website, you're able to have your rewards program. It gives you 5% back on any purchase you make as in-store credit, but then also there's a shareable link there. If you share that link with your family and friends and they make a purchase, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 of in-store credit. So it's a great way to help us and help them, and we love doing it. So check that out. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. You send us an email via our contact form, or send us an email at sales@murdycreative.co, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can leave us a comment below. I do read them, and I do like them. So definitely check that out if you want to leave us a podcast topic. I'm happy to talk about just about anything that I can. So if you got questions, I want to know. If you're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, anything we sell, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, we do have bulk discounts right in the company, or right into the cart itself. Not only that, but our new personalizer customizer is fully-ish operational. We're still waiting to put the composition cut journal and the executive cut folios into the customizer, so that's still coming along. But every other product we sell, if you want to get a custom engraved item, all you need to do is go to the product page, select all of the variation features you want, click Add Customization, and then right there on that page, it'll have a pop-up. You'll be able to upload your logo, resize, reshape, reorganize. If you want to get your name in the bottom right corner, you can click that and you can get that right there. So we have a whole bunch of options. The customizer is brand new, so there are some little things we're working on solving if there's issues. If you do have issues with it, let us know. We're happy to help you directly the old-fashioned way, where we just build a mock-up for you. But this is a new tool that we're really excited about, and we're working on getting fully launched across the entire product line. But so you could hypothetically go on our website, go to the Classic Cut Journal, and get your company logo on them and a handful of names for your employees. You could get 10 of them, add 10 of them to your cart. It'll automatically apply the bulk discount that you'd be eligible for that kind of an order. And you can hit checkout, and you never need to wait. You don't need to talk to us at all. It'll just be placed. So that is a great thing. We really love it. We'd love for you to try it out and give us your thoughts on it. We're definitely working on improving that process. And it's just an ongoing evolution, right? There's so many different ways to look at these things that obviously getting a lot of people's opinion helps. So check that out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.